Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 3 months away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film will be introducing many different elements of the Star Wars franchise that fans have never seen before on the big screen that's going to be applied to the central piece of the story by J.J. Abrams and creator George Lucas and what they really want to do as a way to evolve the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren, since they will be going through a series of challenges in this movie, as well as Palpatine himself initiating many of these different challenges. Now, on top of all this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Rey is traveling to a place called the Land of the Forbidden, which is said to be a place in the Lost City that contains many ancient Sith ruins and statues. It's explained that Rey begins to hear sinister whispers of ancient Sith lords, telling her the Sith code during the ancient times, where the whispers of the dark side are said to lead Rey down to a Sith cave that lies underneath one of the ancient Sith structures. It's explained that as Rey travels into the cave, she discovers a large cube structure that glows in a red hue, where once she walks inside of it, it's said that she begins to see a vision of herself, a dark side version of herself in a potential future, as a Sith Lord allied with Palpatine, where Rey is described to appear far older with yellow Sith eyes and a double-bladed red lightsaber. It's explained that as this happens, Rey is said to run out of the cube structure, where she is running up a spiral set of stone steps that lead to the Sith ruins, where she is said to hear auditory hallucinations of her voice as a Sith Lord reaching out to her, saying Rey repeatedly. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is not only going to be a very dark Star Wars movie, but a very emotional Star Wars film at the same exact time. And honestly, I think that that is a very good decision by J.J. Abrams, Disney, and Lucasfilm, and how they want to treat the last film of the sequel trilogy. In fact, they originally wanted to make The Last Jedi the darkest Star Wars film, and to me it just wasn't that. So now with The Rise of Skywalker, that is their actual goal that they actually plan to accomplish with Episode 9. So, in this particular scenario, it's said to take place in the Land of Warriors. Now, in case you guys are completely unaware as to what the Land of Warriors really is, it's basically a location that is within the Lost City. The Lost City is a place that is underneath the surface of an unknown world in the Outer Rim that Rey travels to. And as she goes into the Land of Warriors, she comes across these Sith statues and structures, also known as the Sith ruins, where she begins to actually make her way down to a spiral staircase because she's being lured in by these Sith whispers, or these whispers of the ancient Sith that are reaching out to Rey, since this location does indeed have a connection to the spiritual realm. So that's what I like about this film so far, is that it's really being, very much in tune with the Jedi, the Sith, and the Force lore that's being used as a way to evolve the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren, that's really going to put them through a series of tests in this movie that's really going to make them go through all these different obstacles and these challenges. Now, that leads us to a moment where she enters the cube structure. Now, this cube structure is said to glow in a red hue, where as she goes in there, she sees a vision of a potential future of herself as a dark Sith Lord, with yellow Sith eyes and an aged look. Now, this most likely is, of course, in reference to Dark Rey that we got a glimpse of in the Rise of Skywalker teaser trailer number 2, but in that one, she appeared far younger. In this one, it said that she appears older. And what I like about this, though, is that this is basically telling us that J.J. Abrams really wants to show what could be if Rey takes a wrong turn on her path and decides to listen to these whispers of the dark side too much. So Rey does the smart thing, she runs out of there and she's able to get out successfully, but she still hears a voice, and this voice is said to be a future version of herself, a potential future version of herself, I must add, where it's constantly repeatedly saying Rey to her, and it's said to be Daisy Ridley as Dark Rey reaching out to regular Rey. Now, like I say, this is very dark. It sounds like it comes straight out of a horror film, and that's what J.J. Abrams wants to do with The Rise of Skywalker. He kind of did that lightly, I would say. I would say lightly in The Force Awakens, where Rey is traveling into the basement of Maz Kanata's castle, and you hear the distant screams of her younger self, and she opens the door and there's a chest there, and you got the creepy music. I mean, you can really see where it all originates from, and that's what JJ likes to do in his movies, especially in the Star Wars films now. So, with that being said, I cannot wait to see, what Rey is actually going to become in this movie, whether or not it's going to be, living or dying at a certain point in time in the film. We'll have to wait and see. But on top of all this, guys, let me know what you think about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.